South Africa, where astronomers have discovered 8 stars which are among the hottest in the universe. The stars were found using the Southern African Large Telescope, which is the largest single optical telescope in the Southern Hemisphere. Each star has a surface temperature of over 100,000 degrees Celsius, some 20 times hotter than the Sun. CGTN's Travis Andrews has more.
A team of international astronomers have made an exciting new discovery. They have uncovered 8 new super-hot stars using the Southern African Large Telescope. The stars are the hottest ever discovered in the universe, all with surface temperatures of over 100,000 degrees Celsius and one that is over 180,000 degrees Celsius. That is more than 100 times brighter than the Sun, and the discovery is considered significant because of the star's current phase of its evolution.
These new stars are at a very important stage, somewhere between, or when a star becomes a very large red supergiant, a very luminous star, at which point, when all of its fuel runs out, it starts to collapse and it will eventually become a white dwarf. But in that process of going from red giant to white dwarf, it shrinks, and its surface gets smaller and hotter and smaller and hotter and smaller and hotter until it reaches the point where it can't get any smaller.
The stars are roughly the same size as Earth, however will shrink to smaller dwarf stars within a few thousand years. The discovery is yet another using a South African-based telescope, which is part of the major investments being made to support local astronomy.
Southern African astronomy over the last couple of decades has really exploded. Firstly, with the advent of SALT, which commenced science operations back in 2011, and since then has been involved in many different discoveries on a fairly regular basis. And that kind of paved the way for more government support in astronomy. The Astronomy Geographic Advantage Act, which then was put in place to protect our dark skies and our radio-quiet skies. And then, of course, the construction of the Meerkat telescope, which was a precursor to the Square Kilometre Array.
For now, astronomers will continue to survey the skies for any other super-hot stars in the hope that the findings will help shed new light on their formation and life cycle. Over the last few years, South Africa has established itself as a global leader in the fields of radio and optical astronomy, using both the SALT and Meerkat radio telescopes to make significant new discoveries. Once completed, the Square Kilometre Array, which is the world's largest radio telescope that is being built in the Northern Cape province, will give scientists and astronomers an even greater capability of surveying and studying the universe. Travis Andrews, CGTN, Cape Town.